When everyone hit the floor, the 73-year-old man remained standing. The armed robber shouted at him, "Get down, old man!" But the man replied calmly, "Son, lower that gun. We can both walk out of here alive." The robber pulled the trigger, but the man didn't even flinch, because for 30 years he had talked to far more dangerous people. Phoenix, Arizona, First National Bank. Friday afternoon, 2:45 p.m. The bank was crowded as usual. Payday, retirees, mothers, small business owners, ordinary people waiting in line for ordinary business. Joseph Miller, 73 years old, sat in one of the blue chairs in the corner. He'd come to correct some paperwork about his retirement fund. Gray hair neatly combed, brown jacket old but clean, half-finished coffee in hand. Eyes half closed, perhaps dozing. The door burst open violently. 3 men rushed in, black ski masks, guns in hand. The leader, large build, maybe in his 30s, fired into the ceiling. "Everyone on the floor! This is a robbery!" Panic started instantly. Screams. A mother clutched her 2-year-old daughter to her chest. An elderly woman lost her balance and fell. Bank employees, hands up, faces white. Everyone hit the floor, hands behind heads. Standard procedure. Everyone, except Joseph Miller. He was still sitting, put his coffee on the table, slowly stood up. Smooth, calm, like standing up in the church. The second robber, younger, nervous, ran toward him. "You deaf old man! Get down!" Joseph shook his head. "I hear you, son, but I won't." The leader, Marcus, evident from his tattoos, stepped forward, pointed his gun at Joseph's head. "Last chance, get down, or you'll be the first example." Joseph looked at him, no fear in his eyes, just understanding. "Marcus," he said calmly. The robber flinched. "How do you know my name?" "The tattoo on your arm. Marcus Jr., 2018. Your son?" Marcus's hand trembled. "Shut up." "How old?" 5. 6? I said shut up." Joseph took a step. The gun now touched his forehead. "Do you want to see him again?" Everyone in the bank held their breath. Security cameras recorded everything. The silent alarm behind the counter had already been triggered. Police were on the way. Marcus's voice cracked. "Back off." "No," said Joseph, "but I can help you. If you listen." The third robber, the youngest, maybe 19, was panicking. "Marcus, let's shoot him, get the money, and go." Joseph turned to him. "You're Tommy, aren't you? Tommy Rodriguez. Your mother's Maria. Works for a cleaning company. You live on Jefferson Street." Tommy's face, even under the mask, visibly paled. How do you—" "Because," said Joseph, "I know everyone. For 30 years in this city, I've talked to every bank robber, every gang member, every lost kid. I was FBI Special Negotiator Joseph Miller. And now I'm retired. But I still remember." Marcus's gun wavered. "You're lying." "You're not FBI." Joseph slowly pulled out his wallet, showed his old FBI badge, faded, stamped, retired, but real. 1975 to 2005, 30 years, 127 hostage situations. Nobody died in 89 of them, only had to use force in 38 inches. The second robber, Dante, ran to the door. "Cops are coming. We gotta go." "No," said Joseph. "If you go, you die." There are at least 20 police cars outside right now. SWAT is on the way. Snipers taking position. You have 7 minutes, maybe 8 inches. Marcus looked around in panic. He was right. Sirens were approaching. "What do we do?" Tommy had started crying. "I can't go to prison. My mom." Joseph pulled out a chair, sat down right in the middle, between the robbers and hostages. "Sit," he said. "Let's talk." "Are you crazy?" Marcus shouted. "We have hostages." "That's our way out." "No," said Joseph. "Hostages aren't your way out. They're your death warrant. You hurt a hostage. SWAT gets orders to kill, but so far you haven't shot anyone. You still have a chance." Dante looked out the window. "Cops everywhere," Joseph continued. "Marcus, think about your son, Marcus Jr. Do you want him to grow up without a father? Prison is the best scenario. Worst case, he comes to your funeral." Marcus's gun lowered, not dropped, still holding it, but no longer threatening anyone. What do you want me to do?" "Give me your phone," said Joseph. Marcus hesitated, then handed over his phone. Joseph dialed a number from his own memory. "This is Miller." "Yes, retired. I'm at First National Bank. 3 young men here. They made a bad decision, but we can fix this. Nobody's hurt. No, they'll drop their weapons. Give me 10 minutes." He hung up. "Now," he said to the 3 robbers, "tell me, why, money, gang, or something else?" Tommy spoke first, pulled off his mask, really was 19, eyes red. "My mom's surgery. No insurance. $50,000. If we can't pay, she'll die." Joseph nodded. "Your mother has heart disease. I know. County Hospital has a free program. Did you apply?" "What?" "No, I didn't know." Dante pulled off his mask. 22, maybe 23. "I want out of the gang, but they won't let me. Need money to run." "Which gang?" Joseph asked. "Southside Kings." Joseph thought. "Their leader is Ramon." "I know him. I can talk to him. There's a witness protection program. We can help." Marcus spoke last, slowly removed his mask. 32 years old, looked tired, desperate. "Lost my job. Wife left me. Won't let me see my son. Can't afford a lawyer. Thought if I had money." "Money doesn't solve problems," said Joseph, "but there's legal aid. Free lawyers and the employment office. Construction sector is hiring if your record's clean." "It's clean," said Marcus. "This is my first, and it'll be your last," said Joseph. A voice came through a megaphone outside. "People inside. We have the building surrounded. Come out." Joseph stood up, went to the window, made hand signals, FBI tactical sign language. "Wait, safe, negotiation ongoing." He turned back, looked at the 3 young men. "Now, I'll tell you what happens next. You'll put down your weapons, put your hands behind your heads. We'll go outside. You'll be arrested. But, and this is important, you didn't hurt anyone. You surrendered. With a good lawyer, Tommy probably gets probation. Dante, witness protection. Marcus, maybe 2 to 3 years. Good behavior, you're out." "What if we don't?" Dante asked. Joseph pointed to the window. "See? On the roof. 3 snipers. They're locked on each of your heads. Hurt a hostage. They pull the trigger. Try to run. They pull the trigger. Even if you shoot me, which you won't, they pull the trigger." Marcus put his head in his hands. "We're screwed." "No," said Joseph. "You made a mistake, but you're alive. You have a chance to fix it." An elderly woman among the hostages spoke. "Listen to him." "Please, I have grandchildren. I want to go home." A mother held her baby tight. The baby was crying. Joseph turned to the 3 men. "Do you hear that? These people's lives are in your hands, but so are your own lives. Make the right decision." Tommy put his gun down. "I didn't want to do this." Just my mom." Dante dropped his gun. "Prison is better than the gang." Marcus was last. He looked at his gun, then pulled out a photo from his wallet. A small boy smiling. He put the gun down. Joseph picked up the phone. "Weapons down. They're surrendering. Calm approach. I repeat, calm approach." The door opened. SWAT team entered, but weapons were lowered. Nobody was shouting. As the 3 young men walked out with hands on their heads, Marcus turned. "Mr. Miller, thank you." Joseph nodded. "Don't thank me yet. You have a long road ahead. But you'll see your son, I promise." 6 months later, Joseph Miller sat in the courtroom. Marcus's trial. The judge spoke. "Mr. Rodriguez, the court has taken into account your remorse and cooperation. Also, Mr. Miller's testimony, 30-year FBI negotiator, confirms you were under duress. 18 months prison, 3 years supervised probation." Marcus couldn't hold back tears. "Thank you, Your Honor." As court dismissed, little Marcus Jr. ran to hug his father. Marcus's ex-wife waited at the door, a small smile on her face. As Joseph left, he met Tommy, clean-dressed, face bright. "Mr. Miller, my mom had the surgery. The county program worked. She's recovering." "Glad to hear it, Tommy. And you?" "Started community college. Computer programming, never again." "I know," said Joseph. "Second chance. Use it well." He saw Dante last. "New identity, new city, witness protection program." "Thank you," said Dante. "You saved my life." "No," said Joseph. "You saved your own life. I just showed you the way." 1 year later, Phoenix local newspaper headline, "Hero to Hero. Retired FBI negotiator saves 47 lives during bank robbery." But Joseph Miller didn't give interviews, didn't accept awards, just went home, fed his cat, drank his coffee. His neighbor asked, "Joe, how did you do it?" "Weren't you scared?" Joseph looked out the window. 30 years taught me one thing, Margaret. Behind every gun is always a person, lost, scared, desperate person. Treat them like an enemy. They become an enemy. But treat them like a human. They become human, Margaret finished. Exactly. That night, Joseph looked through old files, 127 cases, thousands of lives, those saved, those lost. A letter had come from Marcus, Mr. Miller, writing from prison. "It's hard, but I'm managing, working on my diploma. My son visits every week. I was a bad father, but I'll be a good one. I owe you, Marcus P.S. I talk to other inmates. Try to give them hope, too, like you did." Joseph folded the letter, put it in the file. The phone rang. Phoenix Police Department. "Mr. Miller, we need your help. Another hostage situation. Nobody can get close to the guy. Maybe you." Joseph was tired. 73 years old, retired, but he stood up. "I'm coming," he said, "because some people don't retire. They just change assignments." Joseph Miller was teaching the 200 young police cadets. Subject, crisis negotiation. "Remember," he said, "there's always a person in front of you. They have a story, fears, hopes, loved ones. Believe in the power of words, not guns. Because—" He paused, showed an image from First National Bank's security camera. Marcus, Tommy, and Dante dropping their weapons. "Because the right words save lives. Their lives, yours and the innocent." A student asked, "What if they don't listen?" Joseph smiled. Sad, but wise smile. Out of 127 cases, 38 didn't listen, and we had to intervene. That's also real. But try first, always try first, because those 89 people, they're grateful to be alive. And those 38, we tried for them too. When class ended, a young female police cadet approached. "Mr. Miller, my father is Tommy Rodriguez, bank robbery Tommy. He wanted me to meet you. I'm becoming a cop because of him, to give people second chances." Joseph's eyes filled with tears. "Your father is a good man, Officer Rodriguez. He was just lost. Now he's home." She left. Joseph remained alone in the classroom. A poster on the wall read, "To save one life is to save the world." Joseph spoke to the poster. 127 cases, thousands of lives, but it's still not enough, never enough. He turned off the lights, walked to the door. In the hallway, Marcus Jr. was waiting. now 7 years old, holding a drawing. "Mr. Miller," Dad said, "to give you this." The drawing had 4 figures: Marcus, Marcus Jr., Joseph, and an angel. "Who's the angel?" Joseph asked. "You," said the boy. "Dad says so. You're our guardian angel." Joseph knelt down, looked into the boy's eyes. "I'm not an angel, son. Just an old man. But your father, he's the real hero. Because he changed, you can be a hero too. Just do the right thing." The boy ran off. Joseph stood up. Outside, the sun was setting. Phoenix's warm evening. 73 years old, retired, tired, but tomorrow someone else would call, would ask for help, and Joseph Miller would answer, because that was his job, saving lives, with words, with patience, with humanity, one life at a time.